Hey there, I've got 9 perfectly spooky books for you that released this year in 2025, and it's always a good time for a spooky book, especially this spooky season right now. So the first one is called Open Wide by I Am Eerie, and the boy is scared of the dentist, and with good reason, because in this book, there is a creepy something is up with the new dentist in town, and you can see the shadow of this reptilian behind, and you really wonder what's going on. Let me just tell you, I finished it last night, and this was my 9-year-old's response. Wait, what? You're done? He could not believe it was over, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a great, perfect spooky book. Next is The House Next Door, and this boy is just completely unwilling to go into the house next door because scary things have happened when his best friend used to live there. And his friend moved for a reason because of these terrifying things. So this new family moves in and they're making friends, and he wants to protect this new friend from these ghosts, from these creatures. He doesn't even know what they are, but it is freaky. And so this one night that the parents are gone, it's getting intense, and he's really got to step up the game and tell the friend and convince the friend that these are real and they've got to protect themselves from these awful, awful creatures. All right, so the next one is The Last Resort, which is a new series. They're going to have a different writer write every one, and then you get to scan this QR code so that you can interact with the characters and interact with these spooky ghosts, which is going to be a lot of fun. I didn't get to do it because it wasn't on the ebook version, but I want to go and buy it now so that me and my kids can do this. So this girl is going to her grandpa's house that her dad inherited, but they've been estranged from grandpa. And when she gets there, it turns out that she can interact with these ghosts, and there's a big mystery behind it, and it's just a whole thrilling, spooky ride. All right, so next we have Dracula's Brunch Club, and I also have an interview with this author on the podcast. And so this is a lot of fun because we've got a graphic novel here, but it's not scary. It just has a spooky feel because, of course, we've got Dracula, but it's not like your typical scary thing, just like this mystery going on. And it has to do with donuts and the jelly inside them and these other vampires that are trying to set up Dracula. And it's just a lot of fun. The next one is The Pumpkin Princess in the Buried Castle. So this one is the second book in a series. The first one came out last year, and I love these books because it's just the perfect setting for spooky vibes and these spooky, just haunted feelings with these characters, all of the undead that live there, except for this one girl. She is not undead, but she's been adopted by the Pumpkin King. And something has happened that has caused the girl to start meshing more with the citizens. But now this new scary character is back, and she has done something to just unleash this terror. And so she and her friends are trying to help and protect, but also, of course, the Pumpkin King, her adopted father, is trying to protect her. Just a fun, intense adventure that is oh so perfect for all the cozy, spooky feels. Next, we have The Dark Times of Nimble, Nottingham. So I love this historical fiction where the setting is during World War II, where things are just terrifying anyways, right? But then enter scary shadow monster. And this boy and his new friends, they've got to figure out what's going on with the shadows monster and why and how is it controlling and just rendering these people incapacitated, really. Not quite dead, but it's awful and it's scary. It's just this intense adventure, and I loved it because of just this spooky, awful setting where things are already bad, they go from bad to worse. And I did have the author Ryan James Black on the podcast, and it was just a wonderful interview that you should check out. So going off of ones that I had the author on the podcast, next we have The Girl in the Walls by Meg Eden Kuyat, and it's just a wonderful, powerful novel in verse about this autistic girl, and she's got to go and stay with her grandmother, and she and her grandma, they do not get along at all, okay? And so it's just this intense, hard situation for her, but then enter Ghost, the girl in the walls. And the ghost is making friends with her at first, and she wants to play these pranks, but things just go from fun to scary, and just these relationships are on the line, and she discovers a lot of craziness about her family history, and it's just intense and wonderful. And just if you like novels in verse, you should check this out. And if you haven't, just, check out why they're so popular and what you might be missing with novels in verse. Next, we have The Haunting of Bellington Cottage, where these two girls are meeting up with their families and they haven't seen each other in years. So the one girl's so excited because years ago they did this spooky haunted house when they were at like an Airbnb kind of place, and she's so excited to recreate it. But then her friend shows up and their friendship is not there anymore. And so then her friend's all mad at her because she's like, stop with the haunted thing. I'm not into that anymore. But it turns out that it's not her that is causing these haunted, spooky things to happen. There is a ghost legit there. And so they've got to figure out what's going on with the ghost while her parents are off skiing because they can't go skiing with them because one of them's her. And it's just an intense, just the perfect setting, the perfect haunting kind of book. Got one final ghost story for you, The Ghost of Pandora Pickwick. This is a really, really unique ghost story. I like the way that the ghost story introduced and the way it unravels. This girl goes to stay with her aunt in France, I think, and when she gets there, it's like, this old antique kind of place, and she's wondering what's going on and why are things kind of getting set around and why just these mysterious things happening, right? And it turns out that her aunt, it's not just this antique business. She runs a ghost placement agency, which is just, it's so wild, right? That she has ghosts end up with her and she finds the perfect person for them to go and kind of either haunt or to occupy the house for whatever reason. Somebody might want a ghost to inhabit their house. I don't know. But then it turns out that she herself is able to cross over. So one of the ghosts is helping her learn how to cross over into the spirit world. And there's this intense, dangerous adventure that happens after that. All right. If you like spooky stories, tell me which of these books you've either read or look forward to reading. And of course, I would love for you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and come back and keep getting more great book recommendations for the kids in your life.